Well, hi there, everyone, and welcome to the VIP Trade Room with Roger Scott and Matt Horton. Today is Thursday, October 30th, and my name is Raleigh White, and I'm coming to you live from a beautiful, cool, crisp fall day here in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to be your moderator today. Now, in today's session, Roger's going to be covering a range of important topics, including top stocks that he's focused on this afternoon, including the options associated with them. He's going to give us his lowest risk day trading opportunities. He's going to basically explain why it's important to avoid new positions in the first 30 minutes of the trading day. He's also going to tell us when and when not to consider a straddle strangle when placing a trade. He's also, and this is awesome bonus here, folks, he's going to give us a market internals class, a special education class talking about how he trades all the market internals and how to use them together and also for day trading. Now, if you've got any questions during Roger's presentation, please type them in the chat window and we'll address them periodically throughout the session so as to not interfere with Roger's presentation. And also remember, folks, that the chat is open to everyone and we do have some ground rules. Always be kind and supportive in your postings. Also, folks, please keep to the topic. No political discussions allowed whatsoever. And also, folks, keep your side conversations to a bare minimum so that the rest of us can continue to focus on the education and the information that Roger is sharing because he is donating his time to give us an edge in the market and to help us all become more consistent and confident in our trading activities. Now, for those of you that joined us this morning during Roger's pre-market open, which is every day at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we noted that there were several catalysts that we needed to keep an eye on. On the technology front, we knew that Google was coming in up 7% into the open, but Meta was down 7% and Microsoft was down 3%. So from that standpoint, mixed bag of nuts there in the tech sectors. On the consumer front, we noted that Chipotle was down 18% and Eli Lilly was scheduled to release their earnings before market opened. On the healthcare front, Lilly was up 4%, and we were going to be seeing earnings coming from Bristol Myers, and let's see here. It was Bristol Myers, Gilead, and Merck before market opening. So once again, healthcare front and center. On the financial side, we knew that MasterCard and we knew that Willis Towers Watson and SPGI, what is that? S&P Global Inc. were also going to be releasing their earnings before market open. So a bunch of activity going on there. And on the Fed front, we have a couple of speakers today, and we were scheduled to have a jobs and GDP data report, but those aren't being published because the government is being shut down. Now, for those of you that are wondering, what are these catalysts and why do we even go ahead and post them? Well, these are catalysts. What we're talking about is information that is either known or will be known during today's trading session. And as a result, and it's not yet priced into the markets. And so from that standpoint, it's important to pay attention to these sectors, these stocks, and things of that nature, because you don't want to find yourself in something and have a news event or whatnot, turn you upside down. So that's what the catalysts are for. And by the way, when we mention tickers, we're talking about only S&P 500 companies, and we only mention them if there's a change of more than 1%. So significant there. Now, on the small cap watch list, we have 8 of them that Roger shared with us today. We have FCIG, VIVS, INTS, HBIO, LMFA, ARBB, MBRX, and GLE. And let me shift and share my other screen here so we can take a look at how these guys have been performing today. Well, you can see here that I've got 8 charts up. In the upper left-hand corner, this is VCG, and its entry point was $5.51, and it's done nothing at the open, nothing at all. Right here, we have VIVS. Its entry point would have been, or the pre-market high there was $5.06, and it's done nothing so far. On INTS, this is one that was interesting to Roger. We can see that 89 cents was the pre-market high, and it's just approaching that level. As a matter of fact, it just went through it at this point in time. So technically, we would have a fill and we'd be going long there. And we would be looking for, to basically take some point profit at maybe 15% and then move your stop to break even and then see what happens as it moves higher to exit the rest of your position. So we just hit here. On HBIO, the pre-market high here was 72 cents, and we came right up to it and then bounced back. So we did not get our hit here, but it came right to it. It sniffed it and it came back down here. Nothing going on there. In the lower left-hand corner, we have GLE. We see the pre-market high here was $1.33. Nothing happening with it so far. LMFA pre-market high was $1.42. Nothing going on there. ARBB pre-market high $10.37, nothing happening there. And then MBRX, we can see the pre-market high was 72 cents and it has been doing nothing. So the only one where we see some activity so far is here. Now, the thing that I really want to talk to you about with regard to these small caps is the fact that, small caps, Roger selects them for a variety of reasons, but primarily he's looking at price action when he's doing that, and he's looking for extreme volume. This is a key factor here. And when we talk about extreme volume, we're talking about volume pre-market that's like 100 times more than what the normal volume levels are. Secondly, this, folks, you only want to trade these or consider trading them during market hours, okay? And some people have said, well, how long can I wait to get in? And Roger goes like, normally these moves happen by noon, but if you haven't gotten your entry by 2 p.m., just, forget about it. Walk away and look at something else. And also, folks, if you do get filled in these positions, don't hold them overnight. You're just asking for trouble if you do that. So once again, that's the small cap watch list. Now, as far as Roger's large cap pre-market watch list is concerned, he had 10 shorts that he shared with us, and you can see them here. And Oxy, he put a circle around right here because he was going with the way that crude has been selling off. If it continues to move lower below $60, let me see where crude is right now, just for the heck of it. Well, it did drop down below 60. Now it's back up about 60 and a half. $60.59. But his point was this is looking like a good short, and that short would actually be enhanced if crude oil prices continue to drift lower. We had 11 longs that he had selected here. Once again, taking a look at all this, and his recommendation was this, guys, you have to remember that the markets are kind of toppy, and he's not comfortable with that. And he says, but these are pretty good signals here. And when he puts together these watch lists, he already knows particular levels or setups that he's looking for. And if those are met, more than likely, those are going to be trade alerts that he's going to issue in the trading pit or one of his other services that he provides. But anyway, this was the watch list, and I know today he's going to be doing an update on that. Now, as far as Roger's pre-market comments are concerned, once again, the markets continue to be overextended, but they were sliding lower coming into the open. We did note that bonds were moving lower, and they're below their recent range. So it broke out of a range, and they were definitely moving lower, and typically the markets are going to follow. He also noted that the pull-to-call ratio was off its lows as put buyers were starting to step in. And he said, here are the things to do. Watch to see if the SPY, the QQQ, and the SMH retrace back to support. That's what he expects to happen. That's what he wants to happen. And he feels that would be a healthy thing because they are overextended. He also noted that the market internals suggested a pullback is coming. And he's not talking about a crash here, folks. He's just talking about a rebalancing, something healthy. Basically, after 4 days of gains, we're not talking about a huge move, but the internals are suggesting this is something that's going to occur. So as far as today's agenda is concerned, Roger's going to be talking about his top stocks for this afternoon, and he just may include some options with those. He's also going to share the lowest risk day trading opportunities that he currently sees. He's also going to tell us why he likes avoiding entering or initiating any new positions in the first 30 minutes of the day. He's going to talk about when and when not to consider a straddle strangle. He's going to, and this is really important, a special education system session on market internals, how to use them together and how you can apply them to day trading. And with that, folks, let's say hi to everybody. It's great to see you, Matt. It's wonderful to see you there, Roger. How you doing, birthday boy? You're one day into your 55th year. Are you feeling spry and spunky?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for doing such an amazing job and making my job easier. We've been getting really good feedback about you hosting this show, Raleigh. It's really helping me not it's really helping me to stay focused and not have to deal with a million different things because Matt's watching a million things. I'm watching a million things. So
Absolutely.
this is very, very helpful. So, folks, please let's give it up for Raleigh. I was just telling my wife last night. I said, this is I'm getting spoiled here. This is great, great. So I really do appreciate it. Now, regarding how I feel great, but not really because of my birthday. I feel great because I had a lot on my shoulders the last few days with my mom and my mother-in-law,
Yeah, of
and
course.
it looks like they're both turning the corner. And my mom's not in great pain anymore. She's actually, it's amazing, when I see her walking, she doesn't seem to be in pain, but when she's sitting or laying down, she's in pain. It's very different than it's counterintuitive,
Wow.
because you don't expect people to be not in pain when they're walking. But anyways, like I said, I know nothing about medicine. Also, Deanna wanted me to let you guys know, Matt and Raleigh, that she was a little bit late sending emails. So if you folks are just getting your emails right now, that's because it's not a glitch. It's something that we just messed up doing. So they asked us to just kind of chit chat for a few minutes because the room will fill up a little bit later than usual today. And that's
Great.
fine. We've got a lot to think. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. But I had a really nice birthday last night.
Good for
I had
you.
my in-laws and my kids come over. Well, my daughter lives with me. The other one's in Tampa. She's going to be here for the holidays, not for
Thanksgiving.
my
Yeah.
birthday. Yeah, but my Josh and his girlfriend were here. He's been dating the same girl now for 5.5 years. That this is probably going to be the one. So she's a great girl. So she was here with him last night. She's the one that's going with him to Australia. They're both going to be
Oh.
vets, so it's going to be very interesting next few years. And I had a great time. My wife made some. I love my wife's cooking. She made some pork chops. We had some really good pork chops. And I had a vegan birthday cake because I'm dairy and lactose allergic. So I had a little baby vegan cake with 55 on it. They could barely fit, and it was great. We had a very, very good time. And Matt, are you at the office now?
Yep.
And are you in my chair, or is that your chair?
Nope. I'm in your chair.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I figured this was the best way to test it. Mine's not done yet, but
Yeah,
yours
it
is
looks you look pretty
up to
good
speed.
from where I'm sitting. It looks like tomorrow I'll be in your chair, literally, or in
Yep.
my chair, somebody's chair. How are you feeling?
Good. A little
Good,
hot,
good.
but good.
The volume is you got all the mic settings correct and everything's good. Everything's copacetic.
Well, that's what I wanted to test. Yeah.
Well, there you go. This is a perfect opportunity. So tomorrow, folks, I will be sitting in where Matt is sitting right now. And it seems like the internet, it's fast enough, Matt. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Excellent,
Excellent.
excellent. Yes,
That's
yes,
great.
that's right. Pork chop. Who was it that said pork chop? Pork
Nice
chop.
Jewish dinner.
Pork chop. Very good Jewish meal. The best. I'm the worst Jew. Okay, I'm the worst Jew. If there's a Jewish rule, I've broken it a gazillion times. Shrimp, milk and meat. If you could name it, I've broken it. Okay, I'm like I'm the worst. I'm not religious. I'm not real. To me, everybody's equal. Everybody's the same. I'm very like. I don't. I'm not big on politics. I'm not big on religion. I'm big on the market. That's my thing.
Live and let live. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly. Of course. Of course. I mean, it's amazing. Um, all right, I'm going to share my screen, and I want to share a couple of things with you right now, real quick. First off, you guys should be able. Can you see my screen, Raleigh?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay,
perfectly.
cool. Okay, let me just put this on my screen. So we've got a couple of things here that are looking good. By the way, for all of you swing traders right now, the GE's coming right up to the 8-day EMA. I let Matt know. Are you doing anything about it, Matt?
Right. I gotta look at it here.
All right, and you're coming in a little soft on the mic.
Yeah, I think it was just. Is it better now?
A
Yeah.
little bit better, a little bit
As you
better.
get closer to it, it definitely
Yeah,
picks up
Yeah,
there.
I
Yeah.
I knocked it down.
and I'm going to need a little more bass. I need that Howard Stern tone. That well, you know the settings. You got all the settings right. Anyways, here's what I
You
wanted to
guys
show
got
you.
all the fancy stuff, man.
Oh, we do. Are you kidding me? We certainly do. So here are some levels that I drew for you, boys and girls, this morning. Look at the low, by the way.
Hmm.
It's pretty good, right, Raleigh?
Right.
Right?
Absolutely. I
It's
mean,
pretty good.
you said it's either going to bounce off of this or it's going to be, oh, Nelly, we're going to come in lower.
You are 100. Boy, you paid attention. And look at the highs. Look at the highs right here.
Hmm.
But, hey,
How
Matt,
does
you
it
may
know, Roger? How does it know? That's what everybody, how does it know?
a lot of experience. But hey, I
Yeah.
give them to you at 9 o'clock, 8:45 every morning. You guys get these levels, so you got
Hmm.
nothing to worry about. Mm, This is very good for the market right here. This is very good for the market. The fact that it's kind of bouncing up here, this is going to limit the downside. Now, overall, we've been doing nothing. I mean, this is considered very low probability trading environment. This is just nothing. But the fact that we're doing nothing, but we're coming to the 8-day EMA and we're coming down here, and I'm not going to say I told you so because I must have said it at least 20 times this morning. But remember, I said we're not going to stay up here. Don't be in that fantasy. And I went even further on SMH. I said, look, we're not going to stay in this area. We're going to start coming down. We're just getting going. Now, I do want to say, and Raleigh did a great job of saying it already, that I'm not suggesting any kind of, at least right now, I'm not seeing any evidence of a prolonged downside move or anything like that. All I'm seeing is us getting more balanced and looking more like this, looking a little more like this, QQQE, and looking more like RSP.
Hmm.
And you could see that RSP is already up right now, and you've got a nice little you've got a nice little trend line. I got to remember that you guys don't see things from the same perspective as I do. So you got a little thing going on here. So this is not looking bad. This is not looking bad. I'm not. And one thing about me, I may not. What's the word I want to choose? Sometimes I don't express everything that I'm seeing, and sometimes I may be a little bit too early or too late to the party. But you don't want to overreact, and you don't want to make something out of nothing. Okay, so I'm not really seeing any major bear here or anything like that at all. And let me
Hmm.
tell you, I'm not politically correct. I will tell you if I do. Okay, I'm not. The last thing I care is about what you guys think of me. I care about making you, helping you make money and saving you money and teaching you. That's my goal in life. Okay, everything else is gravy. So I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. You put a gun to my head, I would tell you I'm not seeing anything crazy, anything nefarious. Even the momentum levels, while they're low, they already are below 50%. So it's not like we went from 90 to 40. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and here's what I'm talking about. If you guys are looking for some context, this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, here's what I'm talking about. Why is the internet slow here today? Hopefully tomorrow it'll be a little faster at the office. But this is what I'm talking about. we're already at 40%. It's not like we dropped from 90 to 40. We've been
Right.
down,
Yeah.
we've been kind of in this area we've been in this area now for a very, very long time. So again, I'm not really seeing anything. Just for now, to me, this is just a little pullback. Now, when you take into account what I just said with what I'm about to read to you, things are actually looking a lot better. Okay. Now, I do not publish this. This does not come from me. This comes from a company called FactSet. Okay. FactSet. Their subscription is really expensive, like out of this world expensive. And the only thing that I really get from them that's useful is this. So what I've done over the years is I just wait for Zacks. There's a company called Zacks, and they release this, okay? And they
Okay.
get it from FactSet. They don't hide the fact that they get it from FactSet, but they get it from FactSet. So I just wait for Zacks to release it, and I get it a few days later from them. Like they'll release it on the 29th. I'll get it on the 30th, and that's worked for me for the last 10 years. Okay. So I don't sit here and you don't need to either. You could, and here's where you can find it. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to hide the ball from you. If you go to
That's
Zach's,
pretty slick. So you get that through Zach's.
yeah,
Wow.
right here, right here. This guy, see this guy? I don't even. I've been doing this for a decade, Raleigh. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay.
Okay.
So you see here is Shiraz Mian, this guy, and I don't know who he is, and I don't read Zach's, but I know that Zach's. It's either this article right here or this article right here every during earnings, and he updates it about once a week. And
Okay.
I suspect and I know he says he gets it from FactSet at the bottom, and the article and the graphs say FactSet, so they're not hiding the ball. But I'm not. I just don't need FactSet for this one thing right here. That's
Hmm.
all. So I'm just trying to be transparent with you guys.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to hide the ball here. Okay. So I'm going to read to you. So I look at the articles. I make sure they're like no more than 24 hours old, and then I just republish the most important things, and I pass it on to you guys. Okay. But don't shoot me. I'm just doing what anybody else would do. Okay. So we've had already 230. Remember, this doesn't include today. So we've had about 230 S&P members report. Total earnings are up 10.7. Remember, they were expecting 7.2
That's
every
right. Yeah.
morning.
Uh-huh.
7.2. We're 10.7. So that carrot is getting higher up. It's getting, it's a bigger carrot. From the same period on 8% higher revenue. I don't remember what the revenue estimates were. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody told us, but I'm going to make an assumption this is not worse than they were expecting. 83%, folks, and this is a real number now. Now we're halfway there. Somebody asked me this morning, when are we going to know? Um, somebody,
Oh, yeah. That's right.
somebody asked me when will you know, when will you really know the sentiment of earnings? And I said after this week, but I'll be honest with you. I can tell you right now, I mean, we're halfway there. The truth of the matter is we're really going to know everything. We're going to know everything after, we're going to know everything after, oh God, Apple and Amazon report tonight. That's really, but honestly, 222 is a good number. It's not like 30, okay? So the proportion of these beating EPS and revenue, 68%. That's almost 70%. That's substantial. Now, third quarter revenue and growth pace for these members are accelerating, okay? Which is what we want to see. That means the carrot is getting accelerating means the carrot's getting bigger, okay? The proportion of these 222 members beating EPS and revenues tracking significantly above historic averages. That's really good for us.
Hmm.
That's a good reason for the market not to fall apart. Okay. This is important stuff here. This is why I pay so much attention to this. Now, get this. Unlike recent quarters, the revisions trend has been positive, with estimates modestly going up in the July September period. That's about as, I mean, that's really good. Given the revision background, the above average third quarter beats percentage can be interpreted reflect improving momentum. That's music to my ears. The consensus estimates. Oh, here we are, Raleigh. I guess they're at 7.3, not 7.2, but now we know what the estimate for the revenue is. It's 7.2, 7.3.
7.3.
So
Okay.
So here, 8%, it's better. It's better. It's better. And EPS is up 10.7 compared to 7. There's 7.3, bar chart 7.2. It's same thing.
Hmm.
We've consistently shown the pace has steadily increased since the quarter began. I mean, it's really good. This is really, really good stuff.
And
And you know
Roger,
me.
based on
Yeah.
the fact that we've had 222, almost half the S&P 500, is it fair to say that we would expect the other half to basically fall in line with this because we have enough data, enough companies have reported, or is it
Yeah.
weighted on the front end with mags
No,
and
not at
things of that
all.
nature? Okay.
No, 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 no. It's not weighted at all on the front end. The way they do it is they don't really do it by they don't really do it by market cap or anything like that. It's just they do it more they do it more by it's a good question actually. They do it more by relationship of companies. Like you'll notice
Okay.
financials are first, mags are second, chips are all almost all the way in the end.
Okay.
So no, it's not really a market cap like where they front load. No, it's not that way at all.
Okay.
I've never found it to be. I've never found any pattern of that. I just found that usually when the first half is good, the second half, because look, we're all in the same economy,
Yes.
and a
Yeah.
lot of these companies are related to each other. So, but no, I'm not hearing anything really bad at all, at all. And what you're seeing today and what you were seeing yesterday, that's more of things that are priced into the mega caps versus what people were expecting. Those companies always pretty much beat everything. They're designed to beat everything.
Yeah.
Bill Gates caught on to this a long time ago, and he realized that if we just talk down the company and then talk it up and then give you good earnings, the stock will go up. So
Yes.
they've kind of been on. This has been going on for years, but they always do well. It's just how the Wall Street reports. All right, the revision trend estimates have already started to rise. Estimates rising as something companies do in the future. So that's really good. That's what we want to see. We want to see estimates rising. Okay. We'll see the trend take shape in the days ahead. We get more results, but that's pretty much. So
Mhm.
I don't want to bore you with all the and it's not smart. Now, what's not smart is trying to figure out what sector, all that stuff. No, but the big picture, like this is good. I mean, look, again, we can say whatever we want, but this is good. And already, think about it. We're getting these good numbers while any stock over $2, only 42 are trade. 58% of all stocks priced over $2 are trading below the 50-day moving average. So we're not like going straight up right now. There are
Mhm.
some companies that are just sticking to the 50-day moving average, which is exactly what we want to see. But to me, this is this is a very this is very good. This is
This is
very
good. And
good.
this is, Roger, this is one of those rare times actually where we're blending fundamentals with technicals because
Exactly.
that's what we're talking about is fundamental analysis right here, which is giving us a nice backdrop. And we revert to technicals then.
Yeah. Exactly. There's some good stocks. I'll see how there's a couple of time spreads that I'm looking at right now that I may want to give you guys later, but that's for later. Anyways, let's get back to our agenda. So I want to give you guys some stocks. I'll start off with giving you some stocks, and then I want to talk about market internals. Okay,
Great.
and market internals are very, very important, and we use them. I use market internals. I use market internals as I use charts. I'm on there all the time. Like literally, like every 5 minute I'm on there. So to me, they're very, very important. Okay. Uh, Richard says can't trade without them. Exactly. Oh, okay. I'm installing updates. I'm gonna have to share them with you, or I'll have Matt. Matt, are you still here? Let's see if Matt's still here. Matt, if you're still here, come on. I don't need you right now. When I need you later, I'll call you. I'll call up on you to share your screen. Let me just log into my one
Yeah.
second, folks. I just need to log into something. One second.
I'm here,
Yeah, and
Roger.
so Laura's asking a question for the people that are out there talking about what are market internals. Well, it's a very, very specific set of charts that
Okay.
Roger looks like, and he will share those with you, and he's going to talk about each one of those. So just sit back and and get ready for a terrific presentation. Right now, you're going to be hearing his shorts and longs for today, and then we're going to switch over to a discussion of market internals.
Yeah, all I was saying is, Matt, I'm going to need you to switch are you going to be able to show me a screen of your internals with all the setup you're doing or no?
I should be able to.
If not, I could just take a screenshot from here. So one way or the other, we'll figure it out. But let's continue with this. All right, you
I
go back to what you
think
were doing. Did you put that trade on I asked you to in
I did.
Okay, excellent. Good man. Good man.
Yep. Thinkorswim just crashed. That's why I'm
Yeah,
hesitant to answer.
that's what happened to me just now. And I was resetting it because I need to have my market internals. So it's not just me, it's you too.
Oh, yep.
Okay, Thinkorswim did just crash. Folks, that's what I was doing. I was just logging back into my Thinkorswim. Sorry about that. But nature calls. Gotta get Thinkorswim working. Okay, stocks to the downside. I'm going to give you stocks to the downside. Now, this is interesting. Also, keep in mind, earnings have already passed on MGM. That's a nice chart. It's not 100% overextended, but it's starting to get there. But I like what I'm seeing here. I really do. Let's see if options are liquid. Uh, Yeah, I would go right here. November 28th, 33 puts. Right here. Right there. Right there. Or you can go 22 days out, 69 delta, 32 puts right here. 32 puts. Okay? If you're extra frisky. Let's go to the next one. DKNG. Right here, 29 days out, 68 delta, either the 33 or 34s right here. These have good intrinsic value right there. Yeah, Richard, my thinker's it crashed again. It's not working again. Huh. I'm gonna just close it for now, and I'll open it back up when Matt tells me it's working because it's
Yeah, and
definitely.
FYI, Roger, my Thinkorswim is working just great.
Oh,
So, I don't know.
okay.
I don't
All
know
right.
if it's localized to your region or whatever, but it's working well here.
Yeah, Matt, is yours working?
It's crashed twice.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, when we need to look at market internals, we'll look at it again. Okay, DKNG, I already mentioned that one. Let's continue. That's never happened before to me. But I know that some folks in the last 2 days, their options have been freezing several times. That I
Wow.
know from folks, and this was in South Carolina. This guy was living in South Carolina, so not that far from us. Nevada working fine. They have several throughout the country. Becky, mine crashes every day. No, yeah, mine does not. Okay, it actually never crashed before. T-Mobile, weird, very weird. T-Mobile, nice short right here. I would be looking at. um, 29 days out right here. 220 puts right there. And if you want to do a spread, you don't have to go that far. You can go 15, you can go 8 days out, and you can do the right here. You can go 212.50 versus the 210s. And if you can do this for a buck 25, it's not bad for a week. This is really overpriced in comparison to this. So even if the stock doesn't do anything, this will start shrinking faster than this. Okay. Okay. Netflix. Now, this is an interesting one. And it's below the 200. I would wait for it to go below this low, but if it does, you got a good debit spread there. I can't, Thomas. I wish I could. I can't do that, but you can do that. You can move it on Zoom. I can't move it on Zoom. It's prefixed. I'm moving my screen, my face, everywhere right now. My screen, my face right now is on a different monitor. So it's not me. It's you. You could do that yourself. Okay. I saw it, Thomas. I saw the note. Yeah. Here's what Thomas wrote. It's a nice note. It's nothing bad. It's just I can't do it. It's something you have to do on your end.
Yeah, you can change your views.
Yeah, you could change your views. I can't do it on my end. I wish I could. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, here's I showed you how you could do T-Mobile for a buck 25 just now, Naples fan. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I'm not trying to block your view. That's like the last thing I want to do. Netflix. So here you can go 8 days out. You can go right here. You can go 10.97.50 versus 10.95 for about a buck 25. $1.25. That's not too bad. Okay. Flow. Go with the flow. It's all good. All good. That's a nice looking short. It's a nice looking short right here. Cheap too. 22 days out. Right here. 15 put. You're basically getting it almost at intrinsic value. You're not paying very much for this. You're buying the low, selling the high. For T-Mobile, here's what you're doing. Oops. For T-Mobile, here's what you're doing. You would be buying the right here, for example, you'd be buying the 215 and selling the you'd be buying the more expensive one and selling the cheaper one. You're always buying the more expensive one, either on the call side or put side. I don't get higher or lower. I just get more expensive one. So you're buying the more expensive one and you're selling the cheaper one to offset the cost, to finance the cost of your extravagant option. Oh, I got to have a little fun with you guys. All right. Or if you want to like be conservative, you can just go right here, 220, and buy the 28-day out and spend about $1,000 per contract. It's your choice. I'm giving you an option to do it for a buck 25. So for $125.
What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah. All right. Cracker Barrel. I know. I've mentioned it at least 20 times. At least 20 times. 89 Delta, 37.50 right here. Right there. Me, are you causing the Thinkorswim problems?
Is
I
she
don't
chewing
trust.
on the cable?
Yeah, I don't know if I trust her. All right, that's a nice breakdown right here. It's a nice breakdown on STZ. 22 days out right here. You don't have to, for this one, you don't need to do a spread or anything. Just go 72 Delta right here, 134 put, or you can go 29 days out, 69 Delta, 134 put. Either or. You don't need to do a spread on this. All right, let's look at the long side now. Applied materials. I do like applied materials, but I would prefer you wait till it gets to the 8-day. Okay, so we're going to wait on that. JCI. I like JCI. This thing can move $5 a day. Matter of fact, the average movement is $2.50, but it can move. Get it 108, 110. Huh. I guess it takes 2 days to move $5. Anyway, I thought it was a big mover, but it's actually a pretty good mover. We're going to go to calls here. We're going to go 22 days out. We're going to buy the 115 and sell the 110 for $2.50. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're going to buy the 110 and sell the 115. I'm not on puts anymore. Well, she's on the computer now. VRT. Again, let's wait for this one to come back to the 8-day EMA, okay? Microsoft. I know somebody who did some put spreads on Microsoft today. Microsoft is coming off here. I like Microsoft. You can do bull put spread on it, like Clyde and Mia did earlier today, or you can just buy the underlying. Okay? I don't mean underlying. I mean just buy a call. That's 22 days out or 29 days out. I would go right here, five. Actually, you know what? You can go short term and you can go buy the 527.50 and sell the 525. Excuse me, and then sell the 525 against. What am I doing? Sell the 530 against it. Sell the 530 against it. So you're doing this for less than $2.50, buying the 527.50 and selling the 530 right here. All right. Palantir. I like how it's staying up here. It's like glue. It's very nice. It's got earnings in a few days, so you would go 8. You wouldn't. I don't. You would not stay through earnings. So 8 days out. You can do an option on this one. You can buy the 197.50 and sell the 200 right here for $1.25. That's a nice looking trade, actually. If it has to break above this level, it's got to break above it's got to trade above the closing price of yesterday before you do anything with it. WDC. Wait for it to get to this area right here. It's a nice little trend going on here. See that? Nice little. Okay. I don't think it's overextended, Sean. Look. It's not on this. It hasn't started penetrating yet, and the low is not on this side yet. To be overextended, it has to be like this, like this, starting here and going up. That's overextended. This is just pretty hot right now. Like this would be a good day trade / 1-2 day hold kind of a deal, not a swing, and plus it's got earnings. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to overstay. This would be like a quickie if it popped above yesterday's closing price. All right. I like WDC, but not till it gets down to this level, as I mentioned before. Let's wait for it to get down to this level. Let me see something. I'm curious. I could set an alert, add the trend line. That's pretty cool. I've never done that before. AXP. Very nice looking chart, but I want to show you something. Look at JP Morgan. Look at Morgan Stanley, and look at American Express. American Express and Morgan Stanley. Look at Morgan Stanley. Look at AXP. It's like we're almost looking at the same chart. Yes, they're doing almost the same thing. Okay, they're doing almost the same thing. I like American Express here. I like financials here, actually. If the government opens up again, baboomski. If you want to go short term debit spread, you can buy the 362.50 and sell the 365. If you're an Eagle Beagle, right here. Otherwise, you can go 29 days out and do this. You could go 29 days out and you can buy the 365 and sell the 370 for $2.50. No, I've never done that before. No, I've never done that. I've never done trend line alerts. No. Nuh-uh. No. Mm-mm. No, never done trend line alerts. Always done 8-day or VWAP alerts, not but it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. These are all calls. We're talking about calls. All right, let's continue. CLS. Yeah, yeah, it's not a bad idea. See how now this is getting a little overextended. Now, Sean, this is getting a little overextended now. Now this would be overextended. This would not be overextended. So see that? See how they're already there beyond that level? That's getting overextended. Getting overextended. But this not yet. Just want to make sure you could see that. Again, I'm not picking on you or anything like. I know you know, but there's some people who actually there's only one. Right here, APLD right here. I still like this stock quite a bit, actually. It looks like it's building a bottom here. If you want to be extra safe, wait for it to come back above this level right here, like 30, about 36. But I really like how it's holding up here. It's got a nice little area right here. Okay. Nice little area right there. Okay. All right. Those are the stocks that I wanted to show you. Okay. Those are
Hey,
the
and
stocks.
Raj,
Yes.
just to give a quick little update on the small cap
Oh,
side.
you please. Yes, yes, of
Yes,
course.
INTS just broke through the barrier about 30 minutes ago, and it was up about 21%.
Oh, okay.
So, and just here about 5 minutes ago, HBIO popped through its level at 71 cents and it reached a high of about 78 cents. So both of those are hit and are moving higher.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Any other ones hit or that's about it?
No, no, there's a couple that came close to sniffing and that's it. But those are the two that have hit of the eight that you gave us today, INTS and HBIO.
Good, good. Let's see how they do later today, and let's see
Yep,
if they can give us our those levels we need, right?
yep.
This is a good way to visually backtest. And remember, folks, these small caps, they don't have much of a, if any, relationship to everything else we're talking about. They're kind of on their own little, in their own little world, okay? Tesla, I could think of Tesla. Tesla looks not bad. I don't mind Tesla here. I kind of like Tesla because it's, I'd want to see it get above the VWAP, obviously, but it's just hovering around the 15-day. It's just coming right into this channel here. Yeah, probably just going to come right back into this channel or start moving higher again. Still like it. Nothing wrong with it. Okay. So, Matt, can you share is your Thinkorswim back up?
Yep.
Okay. So, I want to show you guys some, and actually, I want to take a quick look at something. I hope you, while Matt is sharing his screen, I just want to take a look at something real quick here. Let's see. Yeah. Uh,
There we go.
yep. 1 second. Let me just do some forensic accounting here.
We're looking at an X-ray of the markets now.
Hmm, it's not bad. I'm going to give folks a I'm going to give folks a very, very quick bonus time spread. It's only going to take me about 30 seconds, maybe less. Okay, it'll just take a second. Bear with me, please. Today's Thursday, right?
Yes, it is. Thursday the 30th.
Yes.
So
Let's
more than
see.
likely you're looking at something what, after market close or before market open tomorrow?
I'm looking for a time spread right now. On
Okay.
I'll give it to all of you guys. I'll just give it
Yep.
to you. Uh,
Yeah, earnings play. Yep.
yeah, and if I'm going to give it to everybody here right now. I just want to post it real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to give you a little bonus here for anybody that's not in the pit. Okay, tomorrow we have tomorrow morning or tonight after the close. I don't. Let's see. Actually, I'll tell you right now. Does anybody know, is it tonight after the close or tomorrow morning? The stock is having earnings. Okay, so we think if you look at here, let me show you right now.
Laura said tonight, so aftermarket
Perfect. Thank you,
closes
Morris.
tonight.
Perfect. Okay. The implied volatility overall on these is substantially.
Roger, quick question.
Yes.
Are you thinking you're sharing your screen? Because
Yes,
right
I
now,
am, but
okay,
I'm not, am I?
We're looking at Matt's market
I'm
internals.
going to, Matt, I'm going to unshare your screen for about a minute. Okay, Matt?
Okay.
Don't go too far. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. It just came up and I figured I'm already here and I might as well just give it to folks, right? You guys like it, so I'll give them to you. This is just let me make sure I press the button and actually send it out. Yeah, I did. Okay. So this is Guild. It has earnings after the close. Look at the implied volatility okay, of the 120 call expiring tomorrow. It's at 142%. Look at the implied volatility of the Guild November 7th call expiring next week. How much higher is it? It's 3 times higher, right? 2.5 times, 3 times higher. So we definitely have our implied volatility. Matt, can you go to Data Miner and tell us how many times, and it's a rhetoric question, I know the answer, but can you tell us how many times Guild, if it fits our criteria? And what Matt's going to check to see is how many times that the stock, after earnings are announced, how many times the stock does not outperform the expected move based on the implied volatility. And that's programmed into Data Miner. Look at that. He looks so important sitting there with the blinds and everything. I like it. Wait till I put my green screen on there, Matt.
It'll be there.
Mm-hmm. So what's the difference in implied volatility? But look at the difference in implied volatility. Whew. All right. Fills are coming in at 30. Sean says 80.88% rate, 80.8. Okay. We're good. We got success rate more than 50, and these are twice as expensive as these. So we're obviously okay. Tradier got 30, wants 35. No. 33 or bust. 33 or bust. Here's
81.4.
33 or bust. What'd you say, Matt?
81.4.
88 point. Yeah. So we're good. So as I said before, you're selling the 120 call and you're buying the 120 call. You're selling the 120 call. You're buying the 120 call. You're selling the one expiring tomorrow, and you're buying the one that's expiring next week. If tomorrow if tomorrow we don't outperform earnings, which we haven't done 80% of the time, this is going to be worth nothing, and this is going to be worth something. Now, we may get filled today. If you're filled, put a profit target of about 20%, 25% limit order. Okay. Now, if you get filled and tomorrow the thing goes against you, don't panic, because you're going to look like you're losing a lot of money, but it's a Jedi mind trick. You're not. What you're going to do is you're going to exercise. If this gets exercised, you're going to auto exercise yours. That's all. They cancel each other out. You're out of your 30-cent debit or 35-cent debit per contract, and everybody goes home and sleeps well that night. Do you understand? You don't need to pay. If you see a debit in your account of $5, don't go sending me an email saying you lied to me. My debit is more than 30 cents. No, you're just not exercising your long, okay? So if this gets exercised tomorrow after the open, like an hour or two after the open, this is the worst case scenario. You'll have to exercise your 120. That's all. So if tomorrow the stock opens at $220, you exercise your 120. Tomorrow, if the stock opens at 0, you exercise your 120. If the stock opens at 119, you send me a thank you letter and you cash out nicely. And you may actually get out today, and you may actually get out today. Most of the time, we get out the same day without even risking the earnings. Okay, so I wanted to give that to you on the house. Now, Matt, share your screen for the next 3 minutes. I'm going to show you market internals. Everything
And
you're asking me, I have already answered.
Roger,
Yeah.
I just posted the time
Thank you.
spread for everyone. Just want you to verify that that's correct,
Yes.
what I posted
Yes.
there.
Yes. Yes. And I have answered all of your questions already. I already told you exactly what to put. LDM, I already told you where to put your profit target. Tim, I've already shown you which options on the screen. Brian, I've already mentioned the spread 5 times. And Kelly, it's a spread, which means it's not separate trades. Every one of your questions has already been answered. All you had to do was listen and pay attention. Okay? I answered every one of your questions, every one of them before you asked. Okay, Mazel Tov. Let's go through this. Okay, so how do I use this? Remember this morning and every morning I give you guys levels? I give you guys levels. Okay. So, in conjunction with those levels, one of the things that we do when we look at those levels is we use market internals, and this tells us a lot of information. Ooh, alert! One of my alerts just got hit. 1 second. Is it General Dynamics? Okay, gonna have to close this and watch it carefully. GLD. Okay. I'll come back to it later. It's all good. I don't want to distract from what I'm teaching you guys. So this right here is the Vold. Now, what we want to see is we want to see the Vold, and the SPY is the purple line right there. Okay. Now you see how choppy the Vold and the SPY is today, how they're just all over the place. That means there's nothing that means it's useless today. Completely useless to us. Like useless, okay? Useless. Useless. What we want to see is we want to see it trending, like it's a strong trend in one direction. And then we want to see the SPY zigzag around it. Okay? Okay. All right. So this is useless today. But typically, what this is telling us, volume that's going into increasing issues versus volume that's coming into declining issues. And this tends to lead the SPY. So it's a really, really good indicator when it's trending. These are all based on 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And this is a really good tool when it's trending, when it's doing this. And it's a great time to show you this because this is just garbage. So it's telling us there's absolutely no rhythm to this market at all whatsoever. Okay. Next is ADD. Now, this is really important. This tells you how frisky you should be. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, let me explain to you what it does. And I hope you guys have a couple of aha moments right now because this is very, very instrumental to what we do. Okay, so let's say your favorite stock opens right where it closed. Do you think it's going to have a lot of volatility that day? No. The answer is no. What if your favorite stock opens $3 or $4 above where it closed? Let's say it's a $50 stock. Okay? It has potential to go up or down. That means there's something going on. That's what ADD is telling you across the entire market. Don't all answer at once, okay? But ADD tells us uh, whether how many stocks are opening above or below or trading, not opening, trading above or below yesterday's close. And if you see the number being flat like right now, that means you shouldn't be expecting very much from the market because most stocks are where they closed yesterday. That means you're just seeing this crap. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
But if you see this number down at 1400 or 1200 up or down, That means a lot of stocks are above or below. That means there's potential for volatility. Now, notice we're not talking about where things are going to go. We're talking about volatility. Now, why is volatility important? Well, it can be a difference between you putting on buying 5 contracts or 10 contracts of options, right? Because when volatility is lower, your risk is lower and your profit potential is lower and your option premium is lower. So this becomes this ADD, which Matt's about to put his pointer on, becomes a very, very important tool to help us gauge what's really cooking, right? That ADD is really, really important. The next, and folks, in the class in Trading Zone Live and Alpha Zone Pro, I spend about. I love when the gardeners just decide to do this right when I'm doing the VIP room. Anyways, can you guys hear the gardeners?
No, you've
Ah,
got great noise cancellation on your mic. We never
no,
hear your dogs, and we don't hear the gardeners.
I need to add that technology to my ears because to me, all I hear is my gardeners. Okay, so next is tick. Tick. Go down to the tick, Matt. The tick is very, very useful. That's the tick lower left. Now I'll tell you why the tick is useful. When you see a big candle on the SPY, one way or the other, you need to see if tick is moving below 800 to 1,000. You understand? If you don't, thank you, David. If you don't do that, then you're not going to know if the move is just an algo-driven move or if there's any meat behind it. Okay? So it's really, really, really important. A lot of folks will look at the SPY with a big candle and they're going to go, ah! And then when they look at the tick is like at 400 or 300. They're like, there's nothing behind this move. So it's really, really important.
Hmm.
Really, really, really important. What would the tick show if it's an algo move? It wouldn't go below 500, 600. But if it's a real selling pressure, if there's meat on the bone, it's going to go 8, 9, 1,000, 1,200 down quite a bit, down quite a bit. Okay. 800 is like I would say the threshold. And then the other two are not really market internals. They are I use them for market internals, but I use them in a different way. And that's VIX and TLT. And I use those for confirmation indicators. Basically, if I want to take a long, I want to make sure the VIX is not spiking up. And I want to make sure that the bond market is not falling apart. Like today, when I started seeing, we opened at the low on the bond market, and we've been kind of going up till about noon. We've been going straight up, and I told you that's a really good confirmation. Okay, Bish. While I cannot repeat any of this, you can repeat it for yourself by going to this link and rewinding it as many times as you need to, and it'll tell you everything you need to know in great detail.
I
Okay.
got I got them covered, Raj.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So again, by looking at now to all of you who are not used to looking at these tools, they may seem like we're speaking French, but look at the VIX. The VIX is sitting at the low of the day right now, and it just down ticked. And look at the VOLD. The VOLD. Look at the VOLD. The VIX just broke the low of the day. And look at VOLD. The VOLD's about to break the high of the day if the VIX keeps going lower. There it goes. Now, how did I know that was going to happen? Because I look at these things all the time. So after a while, you start getting a really good feel for this. Okay. So notice, Matt, notice we haven't, what I'm seeing on the Volta is an ascending triangle right now. I'm not going to expect Matt to draw it, but you see the triangle, you see a flat top and an upward, the bottoms are getting higher. That's an ascending triangle. If we break out of that ascending triangle right now, the Volt may start trending. Now, could possibly, I don't know what's going to happen. But look, TLT is also kind of coming down while VIX is coming down, and Volt looks like it just wants to consolidate. So to me, it looks like VIX is going to come right back up if bond market is going to come down. And once after a while, this becomes like a video game. Richard says it was Chinese to me when Roger first introduced exactly. But you see, I don't pull a fast one on you. I don't change my market internals every day. It's the same ones I've been using for decades. Nothing changed. And soon you will learn to use them too. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a class which will talk about how we use market internals, how we put the market internals together with my levels, and all that good stuff. Now, I'm not sure, but I think, I don't want to lie to you, but I think today may be the last day we're doing this. I don't know, so I don't want to lie to you. But everybody who's in YouTube, please make your way to into the Zoom room. Please make your way into the Zoom room. I would be very appreciative. We have about 100 folks there. Please. Somebody from Colorado decided to call me just now. I don't know too many people in Colorado, actually. Okay, let me just put this up here. Okay. Now, Raleigh, you should be able to see my screen.
I do. I do
All
see
right,
your
now,
screen perfectly.
folks, I'll be talking a lot about market internals, how we use them. I'm going to give you a bunch of guidelines that you can apply to your own trading. I'll talk about reversal bars. I'm going to talk about 20 bar highs and lows. I highly, highly, highly recommend you pay attention to this. Now, folks, please, 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 Matt just posted a link in the YouTube channel for you guys to switch over into the Zoom room. Please do that right now. And where's the link for the Zoom room? Right above you, Seth. Literally right above you.
And below,
That's right, Mia. That's right. See, Mia's here. She wants to hear everything. So we're going to go through this right now. Folks, please take advantage of this. Watch this carefully. This may be the last time I'm doing